Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5. So towards the end of last season, obviously that being Season 4, and well, to be more specific, the finale of Season 4, we had a moment when Cecile was going through the birth of her daughter's, Jenna? Where she grabs Caitlin by the arm, I think it was, and seems to tap into the Killer Frost side within Caitlin and bring up someone called Thomas. And then go on to say that they have been here all along. So of course, this got us all curious going, hold on Cecile there a bit, mate. Who the hell is Thomas? But it didn't really take us that long. Like after a few seconds of just thinking casually, not critical thinking, just casual thinking, you would have been able to have realised that Thomas would most likely be Caitlin's, thought to be dead father. Before this, and I think it was just the previous episode, that being episode 22, where we saw Caitlin dealing with a repressed memory of sorts involving herself getting struck by a car, we eventually later in the episode had Cisco vibe us back to that memory or moment and saw that when Caitlin was struck by this car when she was much younger, she was a mini Killer Frost, or Kidder Frost, as the cool kids have been calling her. So this was all set up for what was to come going forward into Season 5 with Caitlin, as well as Killer Frost, who had not been seen for the final handful of episodes for Season 4, after DeVoe, who had just turned into Ralph, made Killer Frost, melt. So it was at these points towards the end of the season in which we realised that Killer Frost was in fact not a result of the particle accelerator back in Season 1, or brought in by Flashpoint towards the beginning of Season 3. Her origins, her birth if you want to call it, lies somewhere else. So at San Diego Comic-Con, which was now like 2 weeks ago, which is crazy to think about, but Todd Helbing, the showrunner or executive producer of The Flash, revealed that Killer Frost would be returning to Season 5 of The Flash, which was a no-brainer. I think we all knew that was going to happen. But he also had this to say around Caitlin Snow and her Killer Frost powers. You'll learn why and how she got them. She didn't get them from the particle accelerator. We'll learn all of this in Season 5. And this all leads into the new character that we will be finally meeting in this season of The Flash, and that will be central to the origin of Killer Frost as well, and also just tapping into Caitlin's childhood as well, and that is of course her father. So thanks once again to that#show.com. We once again have an exclusive from them, which is the character description for the character known as Dr. Thomas Snow. I will leave the link to that#show.com's article on this. Check it out in the description. Now this character of Dr. Thomas Snow will be a recurring guest star throughout the season, so I'm guessing he will just show up, when relevant, rather than being one of those characters that just lingers. But anyway, here is that character description from that#show.com. Described as a Caucasian male in his 50s, Dr. Snow is an extremely intelligent geneticist who has been MIA for a few decades. As he returns to Central City, Dr. Snow will do his best to make up for lost time with his daughter Caitlin and his wife Carla. But what they don't know about Thomas is that he is keeping a big and mysterious secret. So in past seasons, we were led to believe that Caitlin's father, now revealed as Thomas, had suffered from MS or multiple sclerosis and eventually passed away earlier in Caitlin's life, which definitely, went on to affect her quite heavily. But of course, that is not the case, and things are about to get even stranger for Caitlin. Like we thought the past couple of seasons were strange for Caitlin, wait till this happens to her. But in regards to what has happened to him and why he was believed to have died all that time ago only to return, you would have to think that this is also tied into Caitlin and how she became Killer Frost as well, and possibly something else which we will jump into sooner or maybe later in the video. So you would have to think that we will meet Thomas Snow partway through Caitlin's journey and research into the origin of her powers, as well as just some overall truth around her childhood. Obviously in that repressed memory that we saw in the second last episode of last season, Thomas's voice was in that memory, and he didn't seem too surprised by Caitlin's transformation into Killer Frost. Almost like he had seen it before, whether that be with Caitlin previously or on someone else, maybe himself. It was more concern towards Caitlin and making sure that she didn't see what she had become, rather than him being shocked at what he is seeing in front of him. It definitely sounded like he had seen either Caitlin as Killer Frost before or someone else in that form. So as we know, Thomas had MS or multiple sclerosis, so you would have to think he is alive due to some genetic research. As we know, he is an expert in that field thanks to that description. But Caitlin may have either been a test subject for this due to possibly some DNA related things, or she could have just been caught in the crossfire of some stuff or testing. And with either choice, you would have to think there is some messing with Caitlin's memories. Whether the incident caused some memory blank spots for her, or her memory was picked at to delete, these particular moments that, her father or others didn't want her remembering. However, it doesn't necessarily seem that Caitlin will be the one to be looking for Thomas, even though you would think that would be the case. At least going by the character description, It almost seems as if Thomas will be the one looking for her, as it says that he is the one returning to Central City, might I say. Unless that is just being used in the character description and will be different when he actually shows up, which is the case sometimes. Or it could even just be like Caitlin gets a lead on something and they just run into each other. It could just be something weird like that. But regardless of how the two meet, it will be very interesting to see how the two of Caitlin and Thomas do interact and what family moments are revealed to us, the audience, that we didn't have any idea about before, as well as just like the origin of Killer Frost, as well as how to, possibly bring her back. Another thing in regards to the Snow family is, of course, the very likely return of Caitlin's mother, who is, of course, Carla Tannhauser. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, they haven't confirmed her return, like they haven't said the actress is coming back, but the fact that it does say that Thomas will be making up lost time with not only Caitlin, his daughter, but also his wife Carla, you would have to think that this is enough of a confirmation that she will be returning. It will be interesting to see whether she knew anything about this. Maybe not necessarily that Thomas was alive this whole time, but maybe there were like some suspicious circumstances or events that occurred around the time of his passing. That will be very interesting and maybe could cause some drama between Caitlin and her. The theme of this season of The Flash, which I'm sure some of you have already heard, is family, which I think Arrow's theme was family last season or the season before or something. So we already have the Barry, Nora, and Iris dynamic, the Snow family dynamic now, as well as I guess Joe and Cecile, and also another character that could connect to Thomas and his past. So obviously the last thing stated in the description for Dr. Thomas Snow is that he is keeping a big and mysterious secret, which could obviously connect to Killer Frost and her origin and him being the one who created her. But wouldn't it also be interesting if he was also connected to the villain for this season, that being Cicada? Now we know that Cicada is a meta and in the comics he is immortal. So it would be cool if they connected that to Thomas's research from back in the day, where Cicada was one of his test subjects, or maybe even like a partner or something. And Thomas gave him the ability to either heal fast, which if successful, could have just been used on Thomas to cure his MS, but possibly also given Cicada that immortality. Obviously, we don't know exactly what is going on with that Cicada character and necessarily if he has been a meta for a while, whether that be due to Thomas and his research and his testing, or the particle accelerator incident, or even the satellite incident from the end of season 4. But it would be cool if they did connect things this season and make Cicada a meta that was around, Central City or other cities and stuff before the particle accelerator incident, just like Caitlin was with Killer Frost. Cicada will also be connected to the theme of family, as it definitely looks like his family was killed, probably due to the actions of the fastest man alive, that being the Flash, which would be a pretty hard thing for Barry to sort of take in, that he is responsible for killing people, as like collateral damage or something. But it sort of does seem that maybe that's what's going on with Cicada. But another thing they also could make it is that Dr. Thomas Snow also has like Killer Frost-like abilities and is a character like Icicle or something like that from the comics. It'll be interesting. They could do a lot of different things with the character, but it would be cool if maybe he was the source of maybe some pre-particle accelerator metas like Killer Frost, maybe Cicada, and maybe some other people will meet. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do here. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions. Are you looking forward to the Caitlin storyline in season 5? I'm definitely looking forward to it. Just like the whole Killer Frost origin stuff and any other metas that could be connected to it. Definitely looking forward to it. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.